folks, welcome back to BEG Wrestling. We are here, and we are Fridays Live, folks. Yeah, that's right. And we have a lot to talk about this week. The breaking news, Gable Steveson signed with the Buffalo Bills and 3-year contract. We're going to dive into it at defensive tackle. But first, first of all, folks, you're going to notice in the corner of your screen, we are now live on Spotify. So get on Spotify. If you're driving, we don't want you getting in an accident, okay? So we want you to preferably listen on Spotify. And so just go on Spotify, search BEG Wrestling. Also coming out soon on iTunes. Interviews out now, actually out today. Skylar Grote, Jaden Cox, and simulation interviews. And let me tell you something, both Skylar Grote and Jaden Cox were very interesting interviews, and the simulation was just fun. Along with that, check out the Facebook for Kevin's Stats of the Day. We're also now on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok coming soon, folks. We're developing a team. We are getting a team together, folks. I got work in the background with the video edits. That's huge. And finally, call in live, starting in 15 minutes, because we have to give Kevin time to say what he needs to say. But starting at 15 minutes, you can call in live. Link is in the description. And one final thing, folks. This week and starting every single week from this point forward, we're doing a live raffle, I guess you could call it, okay? Every week the item's going to be different. But this week, it is we already got a call in. Jim, you're going to have to put him in the green room. He's not listening to the rules. Anyway, this week, folks, is a BEG Wrestling t-shirt. And let me tell you something. These are anti-sweat t-shirts. Now, you can get them just with the logo on the front. These, or you can we have some themed ones as well. This one says less rules.
Can you hold it a little straighter?
What?
I said, can you hold it a little straighter for us?
Yeah, no, but it's very quality product, and
Wow.
you're going to win that, okay? And here's all you have to do. First of all, here in a couple minutes, I'm going to throw out a code word, a raffle word. But if you don't catch that, at any point in the episode, you can just throw a donation in the chat. And also, there comes assurances with that we will read whatever you say. So, all right, but let's move on. Is Gable Steveson going to the Buffalo Bills? Kevin, he's playing defensive tackle. He is on a 3-year deal. Your initial thoughts, and then I can read Adam Schefter's official report if you would like.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised. I know that there was a few teams interested, and I'm surprised he signed. He's going to get the undrafted rookie 3-year contract, which pays pretty well. The first year he gets paid $705,000. So it's a 3-year deal. Yeah. So it's actually a lot more money than I thought. It's it's more money than he would made wrestling, I think.
Starting at $700,000 a year. That sounds better than an NIL deal, but
yeah, it's actually $795. I'm sorry, $795 for the first year, $960 for the second year, and then $1.075 million the third year. That's the standard undrafted rookie contract.
Okay.
That's good. The thing is like he's gonna make a McDermott wants him to play defensive line, right? And
I like that. You don't like that?
He's kind of in a tough spot because he's too big for linebacker, right? But he's only 6'1", and I would say maybe he might even be less than 6'1", you know. So I'm sure, you know, people will point out there's successful shorter defensive linemen out there, but it's gonna be difficult for him. And my last thing that I'm kind of about is this guy
Steveson, 6'1", 275. Sorry, I just wanted to address your shortness issue. Go ahead.
This guy, he actually put a pair of football cleats on for the first time the other day. I mean, forget pads. He just put football cleats on for the first time the other day.
Wow.
So, wow.
Dad's flagging me down in the green room. I just
Okay, put him in, dude.
The arms are going.
He's allowed to call in. Oh my goodness, dude.
He's got something to say.
We haven't even got started, but go ahead.
Here's the issue.
Bring the old Wayne train in.
Do I remember? Oh, okay.
The eyeball, Jamie.
I know.
We're still a work in progress, folks. And if I can.
There he is!
Wow. Where's Jamie when I need her? I'm trying to get her to. I wanted to chime in quick.
Go ahead.
Flagging Jamie. And Jamie, I need you to be a little more aggressive over there. Okay?
Noted.
Okay, look, first, I got one little beat. Go ahead, Jamie. Did you have something to say?
Nope. Nothing at all.
Hello?
This man.
While you started in, I thought, I just cut Jamie off.
No, you're fine.
Go ahead.
Okay, I had one. I had one thing I just had to say. Okay, Zach comes on the show. The very first sentence is, "We're going to talk about Gable Steveson," and I'm thinking,
No, I didn't.
Come on.
No,
What is wrong with my family? There's a meeting Sunday morning. Everybody's there. I've had it with this family and their names. I'm up to here. I'm here. So
Well, we're having powwows now.
unbelievable.
We're having
Kevin-
powwows now.
Kevin doesn't even say anything anymore because he's like, I'm just embarrassed at this point. I'm just going to pretend.
No, it's all
nothing.
good. I'm just watching.
Well, I just want to say, looking forward to your show. I won't cut in. I'll get off right now. I will say, wow, that Buffalo head coach, he's got a soft spot in his heart for wrestlers, don't he? Because we're talking about a very unproven gentleman here.
Before I let you go, you did prior agree you're going to wear an Iowa shirt now on a show if Gable Steveson plays.
If he's in a game, I think was the deal. I think he has
that's
to actually
happening.
make it.
They ain't paying him
in a game.
$2.5 million over 3 years to stand on the sidelines.
Yeah, you better make some purchases, Dad.
Well,
No, I'll buy the shirt. Maybe we can get an Iowa fan to donate a shirt. Maybe Terry will send a shirt. I don't know. You're wearing a shirt.
Well, I don't want a skin tight shirt. Okay, let's just get that straight right now. I make it extra big.
No, now I might make it skin tight. What a double punishment. A double punishment.
Look, I gotta
get out of here. Get out of
Bye.
here, dude.
Bye.
Unbelievable, dude. You're literally taking away from Kevin's time, dude. I got Christian B asking what time our call-in starts. 6:15. 6:15, and we gotta let Kevin speak. Kevin, I mean, obviously we're gonna dive more into this Gable topic, but
Right.
Let me get your overall weekly thoughts, and maybe first, real quick, because I know she didn't do anything over the past week. Jamie, what did you do to contribute to BEG Wrestling in the past week?
I've definitely done a lot of research. I've probably about 40 hours of video watch. I have a book here of notes, so I have lots of things to say tonight.
Okay, great.
Wow.
Kevin. All right, throw it to Kevin. All right, facts and stats. Let's hear it, Kevin.
All right, a few things I thought was interesting. Aliris gave an interview, and he was asked point blank, just point blank, he was asked, why did you leave? Or why did you not leave, but why did you go in the portal? Who did you visit? And he was pretty honest about it. He visited Oklahoma State. That was the only place he visited, which I thought was surprising. He didn't go into why he didn't go there, but he said that his relationship with Troy Nickerson is perfect. Everything's fine. He just wanted to go out and see what was being offered. He didn't want to regret it. And as far as his weight goes, he said he sounded like he was going 141, but he didn't completely commit to it. He's going to leave the window open, but he seemed like he was going 141 again. And off of that, he's going to have a match with Jesse Mendez at Beat the Streets, which is going to be an excellent match. The last two 141-pound national champions going at it. Both looked really good at the Olympic trials, so that should be a great match for Beat the Streets.
Alirez Mendez, yes,
Yes.
that's this weekend, right?
Beat the streets. Let's see here.
No,
not this weekend.
not this weekend.
Unbelievable.
But speaking of this weekend, we got U20s and U23s, and Greco was today, but freestyle starts tomorrow, and for the guys. And man, is it loaded! Have you checked out the brackets
Yes.
at all? It's unbelievable the amount of guys they have on there. And just so everybody's kind of aware, with U23s, how it works is if you're on the national team, which means if you place in the top 3 at the Olympic trials, and you fit the age requirements, you get first dibs on whether or not you want to be on the team or not. So if you want to be on the team, doesn't even matter. Like last year, there was a few guys that won this and they ended up having to sit because the guy in front of them chose to be on the team. The people that are eligible for this are Marcus Blaze at 57, Mitchell Messenbrink at 74 kilograms, and Isaac Trumbull at 97. So if they choose to take the spot, then they'll take the spot. Also, if they choose not to, the person that's behind them, one spot behind them, can also chose to, which is Jax Forrest at 57 and Jesse Mendez at 65. So after all that, then the winner of this would get the spot at U23s. And then U20s, we do have guys sitting out for the best 2 out of 3. So they wrestle this whole challenge tournament, and then the winners of the U.S. Open a few weeks back will be sitting there waiting for the winner of the challenge tournament to face in 2 or 3, just kind of like the Olympic trials. So that's how that process works with these.
All right.
And
well,
yeah,
thank you
go
for
ahead.
explaining that. Are you? I'm sorry. Are you done explaining, or
Yeah,
ready to go into
absolutely.
matchups, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, because I have a list of potential matchups that actually shout out to Drama King for making a post. I think he was the original poster of this, but I mean, I can go down the list here quickly. U20, 61 kilograms, Ben Davino, Marcus Blaze. Now, these are potential matchups. In December's Ironman finals, Davino narrowly beat Blaze in overtime. U20, 65 kilograms, Bo Bassett and Daniel Zepeda. Zepeda is actually the last high school wrestler to beat Bo Bassett. U20, 79 kilograms, Zach Ryder versus Gabe Arnold. 2 years ago, Ryder beat Arnold at the U17 World Team Trials, despite Gabe being the favorite. U23, 61 kilograms, Nick Bouzakis versus Aaron Nagao. Nagao lost the duel to Bouzakis. Bouzakis lost in the consies at NCAAs. U20, 57 kilograms, Jax Forrest and Seth Mendoza. Jax won at the Carnahan Memorial Invitation in folk style. Mendoza won at the U20 U.S. Open. U20, 70 kilograms, P.J. Duke Cannon Webster. Duke beat Webster at the U20 U.S. Open. U20, 65 kilogram, Ryan Jack, Cale Happel. Ryan Jack is 2-0 versus Happel. He beat him at the CKLV and the UNI and NC State duel. U20, 57 kilogram, Anthony Knox, Luke Lillendahl, potential there. Knox beat Lillendahl convincingly at the 106 in 2001, and who's number 1? U21, 61 kilograms, it was Sergio Vega and Ben Davino. U23, 70 kilograms, Daniel Cardenas, Ed Scott, potential. U20, 125, Jimmy Mullen, Nicholas Sakayan. U20, 65, Bo Bassett, Valencia, Aiden Valencia. We just saw that not too long ago. U20, 74 kilograms, Ladarian Lockett, Joe Seeley. And finally, U20, 86 kilogram, potentially Josh Barr and Aiden Sinclair. Why did I just read all them?
So a few
Kevin,
things to
thoughts?
kind of look at there. A few guys are actually for the 61. Hold on one second. So a few guys are actually moving up in weight at 61 kilograms, which I thought was interesting. Some guys that generally wrestle 125, which I thought was pretty interesting. And Marcus Blaze is going up to 61 kilograms, but he's got that spot at U23s if he wants it at 57 kilograms. So it makes you wonder if he's it seems like he's more interested in going to Worlds at 61 kilograms for the U20s than he is going at U23s, 57. You know, whether it be the weight suck or, to be honest with you, I think that guys pretty much put a lot more value into the U20s than they do the U23s. Just my opinion. Might not be true, but when you're looking at these, man, 57 is just loaded. I mean, you got Anthony Knox. I'm going to say it right this time, DeLuca. Seth Mendoza, Jax Forrest, Kilkeary.
Lillendahl. Yep.
And then Lillendahl's sitting in the final waiting for him. And I mean, that right there is just, whew, that's fire. It's going to be amazing.
Code word for a BEG shirt is simulation this week. All you got to do, Jamie, you're supposed to be reading chats and comments. I see Sways is here. Welcome.
Hey, Sways.
Sways. Sways out there grinding, doing interviews. We got call-ins. But if you type in simulation anytime, anywhere in the chat, you're going to be entered into the raffle where Jamie's writing up ticket slips, and I'm going to draw them out of a hat at the end
Jamie
of the
is
show.
writing ticket slips.
And so get a free T-shirt, dude. These are actually high quality, and if you work out, you'll probably want to wear this because you'll sweat it up. You always want shirts you don't really care about.
Those are nice. Those are nice, Zach.
Good quality, yeah.
Yeah, they are nice. They are nice, dude. People wonder why I wear. They've been asking. I heard. I was walking down the street the other day and I was just hearing people whispering, and they were saying, "I wonder why he always wears the same shirt all the time." Okay, I got like 8 of these. Exact same ones.
The exact same ones. You're like, I don't even need different colors.
But I did order some new colors, so
Good for you, Zach.
Maybe Jamie, the producer, might get one of those. Yeah, maybe. Can I enter the name in the chat?
You're still in the probation period.
Oh, okay. So I'm supposed to be writing people's names that say that because I was never instructed of this.
We got call-ins.
I do got a call-in. Are we taking call-in?
Kevin, put him in the green room and let's give Kevin a chance to wrap it up because we are past 6:15. Kevin, any final thoughts?
Yeah. No, stuff we can just go into as we go through the show. No big deal. You know, I think that there's a lot of I think the U20s and U23s are just going to be really spectacular this year. And real quick, U23s, the amount of wrestlers participating in that, it's unbelievable. They got, at 70 kilograms, they have 136 guys in the bracket, for example. So, yeah, and every bracket has it, like, it's unbelievable. I mean, close to 100 people in a few of the brackets. So if you're looking to watch some wrestling this weekend, I highly recommend watching these tournaments and checking them out because they're a lot of fun.
You can find that on Flow, right? Flow Wrestling. I don't know if you heard of them, folks. They're a pretty big company out there that covers wrestling. Flow. FLO. Period. I just get. I'm still wondering if that's why Ben Askren left the company. Because I made fun of him that bad in that.
You didn't want any more skits done on him.
Yeah, I was making skits out. But by the way, folks, we got a lot of people who enjoy the show. We got a couple who hate it, and those people who hate it have actually inspired me. I actually rehired Copperboy, dude. I brought him back onto the team. So he's back on the payroll, and he's got a new.
Kevin has a fear in his eyes right now.
Can I just say this?
Sure, Kevin.
We know that we're not. There's going to be people that disagree with what we say. They're not going to like what we say. That's just all part of the. You know, you can't make everyone happy. But I just would say to the people that just consistently hate everything we say, just maybe 1 or 2 people. Call in, man. Call in on the show and talk to us. Have conversations with us,
Thank you. Which we have someone in the green room, right?
We do have someone in
Put them in, Jamie. And I see a couple simulation keywords in the chat, folks. I already saw Jamie write them down in the hat. We have Drew Ferguson, who's now eligible. Drew's Diggs. A lot of Drews. Wow, 2 Drews. That's
okay. Give me 1 second here.
A lot of Drew fans. But eligible to win a shirt, folks. It's free. It's free. Okay? Jamie. Are you serious?
No, hold on.
Go.
Wait a second, guys.
Who is it?
Why does everything look different tonight? Christian, just
It's
hold
Christian.
on 1 second.
Okay, that's an important one, dude.
Just hold on 1 second.
Jamie.
Just 1 second, Christian.
I'm about 10 seconds from getting angry.
Okay, I found it. Okay, sorry guys. I
Is
had
he
a
in?
brain block there. I don't know what happened. All right, Christian. Hey! Yeah!
We are here. Let's go.
Yes.
Finally.
Christian! Apologies for technical difficulties.
Sorry, Christian. I don't know what
I have
happened.
to say, Zach, your bickering back and forth with Jamie reminds me of me and my siblings, and
Okay.
and I think it's a great addition to the show. All right.
All right.
I agree.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
You might have just saved your job, Christian. What are you, the youngest? How many siblings do you have? Where are you coming from?
I got 3 older sisters and a
Wow.
younger brother. Yeah.
Wow.
I grew up in California, but I'm in Minnesota now. So go
Okay.
Gophers.
Did you call in to give us some Gable thoughts? Being
Yeah, I
there
got
from Minnesota.
I got some Gable thoughts. He will not make the team. Training camp. If Brock Lesnar can't make a football team, then Gable
I
Steveson
agree.
can.
Okay, but let's be honest. Gable Steveson way more athletic than Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
know.
That
I
would say he's
watched
not
the Barstool highlight reel Gable, and I was just resold. Now I'm pretty sure he's gonna be like Lawrence Taylor, dude. I'm not even joking.
Who, if you're an offensive lineman, who would you rather have across from you, Brock Lesnar or Gable Steveson?
Gable Steveson, because Brock Lesnar is a unit, dude. He is a unit. Gable
Yeah,
Steveson,
but he's not fast.
He'd be more finesse. He would be a lot similar to Aaron Donald. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't.
How
think
about?
Ooh,
Brock
I love that
Lesnar?
comparison.
How
Aaron
about,
Donald.
Yeah, that is. How about Brock Lesnar growling at you or Gable Steveson?
Oh gosh, I want Gable Steveson across. I don't want no Brock Lesnar growling at me, bro.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Okay. Gable Steveson was just a superior. I mean, he won an Olympic gold medal with ease at the heavyweight division. Let's think about who he's going up against his competition. Football players, which no disrespect to football players, but they kind of play football because they know they would probably get beat up in wrestling. So that's it. And they're the best ones. Okay, so I'll give them that. But I'll tell you right now, I'm not even joking. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking Gable, dude, over more than 50% of offensive linemen. And if we're talking defensive tackle, is he right side or is he left side? Because if he's going up against the right tackle, they're way worse than the left tackles are. The left tackles are the best offensive linemen on the team.
Yeah, you got like someone like Trent Williams at left tackle that played for Washington and the 49ers. That dude is a freak of nature. Like, he would eat Gable up. But you got to the thing I keep going back to, and I don't know how you feel about it, Christian, but this guy has never put on pads in his life. And the first time you're going to put on pads is at the NFL level. That's mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. I was just about to say, it sounds like Zach knows a lot about football and what he's talking about, whereas Gable probably has no clue what Zach's even talking about.
Probably not, dude. And you know,
No.
you bring up another point that I wanted to mention just because I found it interesting. From the Adam Schefter report, Gable's agent is Carter Chow. Now, I only bring up his name because I personally have heavily criticized you, Mr. Chow, in the past, and I said I should be Gable's Mr. Chow. And I don't know. He never hired me. So we're going to see how Mr. Chow's advice goes here. 3-year deal. I guess at the end, is that guaranteed money? Do we know that? Kevin or anyone? Christian?
I think
I
he
don't
has
know
to
how
make.
big it's cut. I don't know. I don't think it's – no, it's not guaranteed. It can't be guaranteed. Because when they sign quarterbacks, they always say, they sign for $225 million and 57 of it's guaranteed. So and undrafted rookies can't be. guaranteed. But you know what I did find interesting, Zach, is when I was looking up Gable information, it shot me back to a WWE thing, and beforehand, nobody really knew how much exactly the wrestlers were making in WWE or whatever. And it actually got leaked out that if you have a roster spot, if you're like the worst guy on WWE, but you have a roster spot, meaning you're above the next or whatever they call it, $350,000 a year is the minimum. Now, Gable didn't have a roster spot, but what they did say was one of the main reasons he got cut was because his contract was substantially more than the next contract of $50,000, and they didn't think he was worth it. If he would have had like the minimum contract of $50,000, maybe they keep him, but his was substantially more. They didn't say, but that had a big.
So it's more than 50,000, but less than 350, right?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
That it wasn't guaranteed. So, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Jamie, do we have someone else in the green room?
We
Christian,
sure
can we get some
do.
final thoughts out of you? I mean, we appreciate you calling in, man. You participate very much on the Facebook page, so
Yeah.
we greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, no, it's a great chat. A lot of good takes in there. Yeah, I just think Gable should wrestle. I mean, it's just like I think he's still playing a game, and I would not be surprised if he comes back at some point just for a world championship at one point, even if it's for 1 year. I wouldn't be surprised if he does that. But right now, I think he's just playing the Gable game. But I do have a question for you, Zach, in regards to your youth wrestling days.
Okay.
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 So I grew up watching a wrestling documentary called Takedowns and Falls. Does that have any significance to you? Okay, it's about Central Dolphin and the Peppelman brothers.
Okay. That's ringing a bell. Yeah.
Okay, because one time when your brother was on for that special,
Yeah.
your dad was talking about the Peppelmans. And so
Yes.
I didn't know if you guys went to the same club growing up or what, but
You know what? I know my dad is listening.
Yeah.
He'll message in and clarify that, but
Pebblemans. I don't know.
I think he might have wrestled at the same club as the Peppelmans, but we'll get clarification on that, Christian. Before we let you go, though, dude, you're out in Minnesota, man. We appreciate it. What are you doing for fun, man? Don't feel like you got to be all uptight, dude. Talk about Gable and talking professional, man. What are you doing for fun out there? It's Friday night.
yeah, man, it's a long work week, so I'm just chilling, watching BEG for fun. How about that?
All right,
Awesome.
all right. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah.
That's a good man.
This
Exactly.
is-
I
it's-
Good
fish,
man.
fish here
just-
and there, and just stay busy. So
All right. Well, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, that's just
call
like
in
me,
again,
Christian. There's nothing
and,
else I would rather do on a Friday night than come drive.
There's
to
nothing
Frederick.
I would.
Nothing
I mean,
else. This is the best.
once I
Love it.
realized I was locked in with 2 kids, I said, well, I might as well just start a Friday night show. Christian, thank you for calling in, man. Call in again. Jamie, do we have someone waiting in the green
We do.
room?
See you, Christian. Okay, we have.
We're making moves, folks. We're making moves. That's Minnesota, and now we're moving to a new state. What state is this, Jamie?
This is Marty.
Marty?
Hey, Marty.
Marty,
That's
the one-man
that's
party.
Illinois. The
Come on now,
one and
come on.
only.
area, Chicago area. You got that right.
Chicago.
Chicago,
real,
baby.
real quick, Wayne says saw the Peppelmans every weekend at tournaments, but not the same club.
Okay, so he
Just
was
for
hanging out with
clarification
we were
on
hanging
that.
out with the Pebblemans, but not in the same club. But
What's up, Marty?
appreciate that,
Yeah.
and we're getting a couple simulations in here. Braden's commenting simulation. Hey yo! All right, Marty, what's going on
what's
in
up?
Illinois, Marty?
Good to see you guys. Listen, I was sitting here, and I'm not gonna lie, I lose track of time. I'm getting a little bit older, and my kid comes in. Hey, Dad, you got BEG on? Oh, I almost lost it. I had to get there as quickly as I could. I saw what you guys were talking about, and myself, my twin brother, and 2 of our buddies were talking about Steveson signing with Buffalo and stuff. Here's my take.
Put the league on
You know what?
alert. Go ahead.
What's that?
He's putting the league on alert, Marty.
I'm going to tell you, he's got a lottery chance to make the team. probably will come up on the practice squad if lucky. And you're talking about stance and starts. You're talking about the incredible athlete, no doubt. But even to say, it would kind of be like taking Aaron Donald and saying, all right, Aaron, go ahead and wrestle in the NCAA championships with never stepping on the mat. That's the type, and it's probably even bigger than that, being the professional level these guys work at. It is an entirely different realm. Now, you got two guys that Carlton Hasselrig, the only guy to win three Division II championships and then 3 Division I championships. He makes it to the league and has a great career with I believe the Steelers. And then, of course, Stephen Neal, who freak in nature, super long body, incredibly long arms. When you're talking about playing an offensive line, Stephen Neal was mean. He was nasty. He had the body frame for it.
The leverage,
Yeah, absolutely incredible footwork, everything. I think,
so you're proving yourself wrong here, right, Marty? Right?
I'm proving myself wrong?
Well, you're providing examples.
I'm giving you examples of. I think Gable Steveson, he doesn't have that 6'5", 6'7" body. Even those guys that play on the interior. How many Aaron Donalds are out there? One. There's only one like him. Those other guys are 6'2", 6'3", 320, 330. Gable
Steveson 6'1", 275. Just want to clarify.
He's got to put on 30, 35 pounds. And
does he though? I don't know, man. He's been dogging people in wrestling that way.
What if he was a linebacker? I know it's crazy because he's heavy for a linebacker, but
he might be what I coached high school football for 20 some odd years. He could probably be a boundary inside linebacker, like a true 50, somebody who's not covered up. He's not an Urlacher who's going to run all over the field. A field linebacker, but a boundary.
Stuff to run,
And again, they're not playing high school hashes; they're playing NFL hashes, so the fields to the boundary's a lot wider. I don't.
He's not going to be batting down any balls anytime soon. That's for sure.
No.
Just a question for me, just because obviously I'm ignorant to the situation. So to get the spot that he got, he had to try out for the position, I'm assuming.
Yes.
And so he got the position.
Good point, though.
Do you think that they're just going off the name, or do you think they saw the potential there?
No question. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows he has the reputation of being an incredible athlete, and you always take a chance on kids like that. But it'd be incredibly lucky to make the team, if not the practice squad. At least I think Lesnar had a little football background to him. So
but this is different.
These guys have played football, and the Bills have done a couple very unique things this offseason. They also drafted a guy, a foreign guy, as well, which is very unusual unless it's a kicker. So, and I think with McDermott's background in wrestling, it was even more appealing because McDermott was an awesome wrestler, and I think that was more appealing. But Jamie, he hasn't tried won a position or anything yet. Okay. He went into a camp or a tryout where they just wanted to test his agility, speed, strength, and then they said, you know what, let's sign him. But basically, and McDermott was saying he wants him to play defensive line, but is pretty much as far as that goes.
Okay. And you know what? Basically, it's an invitation to camp. You probably got a nice signing bonus. It looks great. It's publicity, which is always good, regardless of good or bad. The other thing I'm going to say, why doesn't the thing about the WWE guys? Everybody's talking about why he's out of the WWE.
Do you know the answer?
I've got it on pretty good reference, pretty good authority. That and Zach, I'm not going to come on the internet and come out and say what I've heard. I'm going to let you know, but I think you got to look deeper, back to maybe some time before he was maybe a little more immature than he is now. Everybody grows. Everybody,
So you're
comes
telling
out
us
of
to
those
read
things.
between the lines here, Marty.
There might be more to it. The WWE doesn't want to. Yeah, you never know.
They're having enough problems when it comes to that kind of stuff right now anyway, where they don't want to add to it.
Yeah, especially with Mr.
Yeah, I know
McMahon.
what you're saying.
Yeah, okay, good. I mean, then maybe I'm not
some
totally
correlated issues.
Marty, Wayne Beaver says Marty is afraid to call Tuesday's show. He's running from Pennsylvania Wrestling. Any comments?
Oh, geez, here we go.
Bro, listen. My brother watched the taping, and I'm like, listen, we got to come on together. My identical twin, because you guys probably, a lot of people don't believe I got a twin. My parents said that no, we're never going to do this. Look what happened. We got these two idiots.
We don't even know if this is you, Marty.
What's that?
We don't even know if this is really you, Marty.
Yeah, I think you might be using your brother's name, dude. Let me tell you something, Marty.
What's that?
I ever see you, you better get ready to get bodied. I will body you.
Bro, listen, I already sent you an email. I got a guy perfect for you. He pinned Tannenbaum in the state finals. They did that guy who does the Wrestling Changed My Life podcast.
Yeah,
he
that's a great
interviewed me and my
podcast.
brother. Me and my brother fought the whole time through the podcast, so he won't put it on. We were literally like punching each other. Like my brother.
We'll
kept
put it
kicking
out,
me on the
Marty.
table.
We'll put
What's
it
that?
out. Let's set it up. Let me interview you and your brother. We'll put that out, dude. Let's go.
My brother kept kicking me like, shut the F up. And I turned to him and I just about backhanded him while the guy was taping. I'm like, you're going to be able to edit all this, right?
This is good TV.
I know. It'd have been the best one. Anyway, the guy that, Zach, you're going to roll with, he wrestled Tannenbaum in the state finals. And when they asked my brother, he goes, well, that was one of the biggest upsets in, IHSA history when Kukla pinned Tannenbaum. My brother we didn't think so. We thought, man. But
was a dog.
Yeah, that's the guy we're going to have you roll with.
Good, because it sounds like a dog, and that's good, because he's
You be the
about to run
undercard.
into a grizzly bear. Marty,
You be the
you know what happens when a dog runs into a grizzly bear?
You be the undercard, and then when Wayno,
Let's go, Marty.
18-wheeler.
Come on over here to Pennsylvania, Marty.
Marty, Zach once dislocated his arm by going down a water slide. That's all I'm going to say.
Jamie.
And believe me, there's a book more of
Jamie.
this. This guy's got
really
bones
regretting
made of
having
glass.
you on this
Oh,
show.
my God.
Zach, and Zach, you got a nice long neck, and Kukla is our whole club. That's all we did was mills and bars on top. Mill series on top. Mill series on top. That's all we did.
Okay.
And
You
got a nice long neck. Slap it on you.
Is my neck nice and long, Marty? Okay.
He's gonna slap it on you, bro.
You're getting me
You
all
and
fired up,
Tannenbaum.
dude. I can't wait
let me finish
I can't
this.
wait to
Let me
body
finish.
you,
Let him
Marty.
finish.
No,
Let me finish.
go ahead.
Tomorrow is June 1st.
Yes. Also,
Tomorrow
there's
is
a
June
shipment that's scheduled to arrive tomorrow.
And I'm excited about some of the things that are coming. I've moved my because I'm so busy. I got all these kids and everything. I've moved my date night that I had scheduled in July. I'm moving it up to tomorrow night. So I might be having something very special for you Sunday morning.
He's got a surprise for his wife, folks.
Oh.
That's right.
And
Wow.
it rhymes with
BEG. Come to me.
It rhymes with Smunder Fair.
I'm gonna say, hey baby, BEG, come to me.
Oh, no.
Hey, I'm in a mood today. You guys got me on a good one. So that's the first thing. The second
Marty, that's
thing
what
is,
I'm talking about.
you know what? We were talking about Gable Steveson. We were talking about the WWE. I just hope I don't get brained with that thing when I present it. Because I swear to God, he'll brain me. And he's a good dude. I don't mean that. I see our favorite Big Ten coach, Coach Bormet,
That's correct.
he's the best. Nobody.
And just to clarify for our audience, tomorrow you are scheduled to receive a nice new fresh pair of BEG underwear.
Yes.
Along with, I sent you some complimentary shirts and a sticker or something. And the MVP trophy to be presented to Mr. Sean Bormet, the Michigan head coach.
And guys,
Deserved.
And tell
saying
him why
that
it's
right?
MVP.
Are you saying that correctly?
MVP, most valuable purchaser. Is there any other MVP?
You,
Yeah,
Marty.
That
supposed
might
to
be
say
a
it
new one
right,
this year.
remember?
And I just wanted to let you
Say it
guys
again?
know. I just wanted to let everyone know, viewing, as I'm looking at the numbers now, the BEG underwear is going fast. So if
They're
you guys want
selling
to get
out.
your hands on
They're
some, you better
selling
get
out.
on that now.
Wow.
Hey,
We
you
are
think
selling
you
out.
think Marky Mark was a Calvin Klein underwear model? Just wait till you see me.
Just wait till you see me and my dad's face on your balls, folks. Yikes.
Oh man.
Oh, that's where I'm supposed to wear it on that side, huh? I thought I'd get a little scratch and itch my backside.
Whoa, Marty, we're live here. Okay.
I said
Make sure you're
backside.
wearing them underwear when
said
you send us that
backside.
video. No.
So wait a second. I gotta ask a couple more questions here. So I think I asked your dad about some big tournament in Pennsylvania. One of my old wrestlers, state finalists, wrestled Ruben Villarreal, cadet world champ. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you guys a story about the junior dual team. I had Israel Martinez, Tannenbaum, Kukla. I had Nick Fanthorpe. I think the kid who's at Oklahoma State now, Kennedy. I think he was on the team too. Me, my twin, and Scott Richardson took the team. And then the next year, I didn't go, but my brother Bormet and Richardson took them guys out to Enid, Oklahoma for the junior duels. And yeah, I might have to. I better ask you about if I can tell you some of these stories off the air.
Tell him, Marty. No, just tell him. Let it loose, dude. What are you
Marty's
talking
having
about?
second thoughts on this
Don't
one.
be scared.
Bro, I'm a public school teacher. I got to be careful. You know what I'm saying?
Well. Oh, wait, we had that conversation. I said you look like a nerd chemistry teacher over there.
No. Marty.
Bro, seriously?
Let me see you,
are pretty good
Marty.
with
Oh, I
computers.
can't wait. I might drive out to Illinois just so we can hang out.
How
Dude.
far
Go get
is
a
it?
beer.
How far is it?
I don't know. I did not. Speaking of school, I don't think I got an A in geography. And apparently, I've already been
English
shredded
teacher.
before for saying
You know what?
Pittsburgh
You know what? I'm an English teacher, but I also teach special ed. So I mean, I got a seat for everybody. I got a seat for everybody,
So you'll sponsor my trip out there? Is that what you're saying?
bro. You can come on out. You can stay here, and I'll tell you what. If I get the arrangement, I give you like a week or 2 weeks notice. Hopefully you can get off work. Hopefully the BEG.
Well, this is my work, Marty. So yeah, I think I can get off.
Well, maybe your dad and mom and sister will let you get off, and you can come on out and you can present the trophy if I can arrange it.
I'll drive out there,
There
dude.
you go.
I'll drive out there starting tomorrow, Marty.
You know what? You don't drive. Fly. I'll pay your way home. You fly here into Midway. I'll pick you up.
Wow.
Okay, Marty, this might happen because, in fact, actually, Kelly, my girlfriend, she's going away somewhere. I forget, next week for like a couple days. So I'm actually alone. I might be coming out to Illinois, Marty. I might batter you up sooner than you thought, dude.
Wait a minute. Next week?
Yeah.
Marty's like, whoa. I
Whoa.
was gonna
Yeah,
put
he
it on
ain't
the back
in
burner.
shape. He ain't ready yet. Oh, let's go.
Listen, don't tempt me with a good time. That's all I gotta say. I could be any day but the 6th.
Tell Sean I'm coming.
We'll make the arrangement. On the
Oh, he's
7th.
stuttering now, Marty's. Oh, he comes in bold. He comes in strong. He goes out like a lamb. Folks,
We do
You know
have
what?
Braden in the green room.
Hold on a second. Kevin up
let
there,
Marty final
he's a man.
words.
He's an Ivy League man. He's from Cornell. That's like Ivy League. He understands what I'm talking about. He's a pretty learned, probably pretty read. You know what? He's a numbers guy, though. A little bit different. He's a BS guy. I'm a BA guy. But yeah, I had to turn off the TV. My kid comes running in. He goes, "Dad, you got it on?" I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm missing it." So.
Well, don't miss it again, Marty. But we got another caller, I think, right? But
Thank
Marty,
you guys. Hey, you're the best. It's always free. Next week, put it on the calendar.
hey, please continue to call in, Marty, and please also send me a confirmation once you receive that tomorrow.
I'm gonna take a nice big picture.
Okay. All right. That's what I'm talking about,
See ya,
Marty.
Marty.
Thanks,
out in
Marty.
Illinois. Thank
And just
you.
to let you know, we have a couple comments here. Let's see here. We have 30 to 35 pounds, just get married. It'll fatten him up. Talking about he needs to gain some weight.
What? Me?
No, not you.
No,
Gable.
Gable.
Oh.
All right.
I don't know about that, man. I like the quickness. Aaron Donald is doing it. He's showing the path to. There's a way to do it, but
okay. All right.
along with that, you need to mention some simulation mentions. I see Rob Huey. I see Bo Hines. Simulation, folks. Shirt on the line. It's nice. Even if you hate us. That actually might make you like the shirt more. You just use it as a workout shirt. You know what I mean? Like this is what Corey, my brother, does. He just uses them as workout shirts. He buys them and he says, "Yeah,
or
great
spills.
Shirt.
Great for spills. Super absorbent." Hi, Braden. How are you?
Braden,
Miss me?
Show.
Hey, look,
What's
I was
going on,
rewatching
man?
the broadcast. All you guys could see was just my chest. Usually I refer to something else, but I can't refer to it like how I do now.
Well, be careful. I don't know where you're going with that, but we have a female producer here, so.
Well, it's the most part of the protein when you eat a chicken. Let's leave it there.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Braden, what do you got on your mind here?
Man, I was trying to bulk up to heavyweight, but then one of my other coaches said, nah, stay around 190, 220 range. So I'm like, dang, heavyweight must be hard then. So if anyone could probably do it, it could be Gable. But he just has to get all that dieting right.
Okay, yeah, I mean, okay, actually you raised a good point, which is, yeah, okay, I have his weight. Let me go back here. His weight is listed as 275. But that is Gable basically training to be a wrestler, right?
I don't think his weight's an issue. I think his height is like, I don't think him weighing a lot more at 6'1" is going to be that beneficial to him unless he's, yeah, sure. If he puts more muscle on, then obviously, but I think the height is what's really going to be the deterrent, as far as him being successful in there.
What is the average? What do you think the average height is for that position? Like how
6'3", 6'3", I'd say. And it's only 2 inches, but it's.
Is 2 inches that big of a difference, Jamie?
It is with like wingspan. You ever see these guys are always batting down balls
just ask. I know.
He's
Okay, so
he's
men
really
would say. Men say 2 inches, no big difference. Jamie, do women say 2 inches, no big difference?
I feel like 2 inches.
Yes or no?
Okay, I'm just saying,
man.
like.
We're talking about
if
height.
I wear heels.
We're talking about height.
If I wear 2-inch heels, I'm feeling like a pretty different woman. I'll say that. I'll say that. Okay? You see how I took that and made it appropriate.
Okay.
See?
Good job, Jamie.
Thank you. You're welcome.
She's more mature than I am. I'll say that. I got a humor of a 12-year-old. I'll be honest.
Wow. What did you think we were talking about, Braden?
Don't answer.
Don't answer that.
Obviously, hi.
Where are you from, Braden?
Yeah, man. Tell us about you, dude. What are you doing here on
Louisiana?
a Friday night, dude? Louisiana. That's what I'm talking about, baby. The old
Now I live in
Mississippi.
Illinois.
MISSISSIS
No.
PPI.
No.
MISSISSIPPI.
Oh, we're really going off the rails, folks.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
I'm scaling it back.
But now I'm a transplant in Illinois, so.
I'm scaling it back. Tell us about you, Braden. What are you doing out there, man?
Right now, just trying to get strong, taking a rest week. My brother said, like, hey, since you might have pulled a hammy, you probably should take the week to rest.
Probably.
Okay.
That's good
What'd you say about Illinois?
I'm living there now,
Oh, you're living in Illinois
I got
now.
a job
Okay.
offer. I just said, hey, get better at wrestling? Why not? Take the chance.
Are you hanging out with Marty?
No, I think he's a distance out from me.
So you wrestle?
Yup, of course.
So you're in
Got one of
high
my
school?
camp shirts. Yup. Senior year, gotta make it last.
Awesome.
Very
Okay,
nice.
senior year in high school. All right.
And you follow
tell us your
college
goals.
wrestling pretty well?
Oh yeah, out of the team, I'm probably the most into it. I have forced my friend. I'm not going to say that. I ain't trying to get doxxed by some of these guys. I'm not trying to Zach come my house and just say, ding, ding, I want to wrestle you.
You would beat him, Braden.
Wow, is that what people think? They're scared I'm going to show up.
I know,
dude.
No one thinks that.
People are scared I'm going to show up and just body him, dude, after what I said to Marty. They're scared out there, dude. I know. I don't blame them, dude. No.
I'm just Braden Wayne just going, oh, I hear you talking bad about Penn State and just belly flopping all over me.
Who's your team?
Yeah, who's your college team?
Said it before, Iowa.
Iowa.
That's what I'm talking about, Braden. Oh, I've seen you post. Yes. I think I know that based on your past posts on Facebook and whatnot.
Braden, what would be the best piece of advice to give to other wrestlers that's helped you the most, do you think?
You know, last match of this season, I just said, you know what? No pressure. Just let it fly. Have fun. Do whatever. And then I bust my lip right around here during that match. I just pinned the dude right after.
Blood time.
Sounds like that works.
I'll send a picture of it one day.
Post that picture up. We love blood and guts.
Good advice,
pictures.
buddy.
Yes, that's awesome.
I ain't thinking I've been, right now just been learning how to be ambidextrous with my moves while I'm on the off season. Trying to build up right now. I'm not trying to build down.
Well, let me say this, Braden. You're not only building up, man. You are, you're really building up in the sense that the balls are calling here, man. Talk wrestling. You're a senior in high school. From a high school unpronounced. We're going to keep that disclosed, right? But you're going for a state championship next year, right?
Yep.
Are you a senior this year or
senior this year?
Senior this year. So your
2025
season ended already?
No, my senior season hasn't happened. I'm the class of 2025.
Oh, okay.
Don't be so negative, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin. Wow.
No.
Call me
The future is bright for Braden. And hey, tell your friends, man. Tell your friends about the show, dude. Let's go. Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah.
I've been about it.
We're gonna be talking about it, Braden.
Thank you. My honor.
Are you going to Iowa?
I'll be honest. I don't have that much sleep right now. I've been dealing with this
Tom Brands recruited
on my
you?
bed. Hold up. I love that, man. Heck, I might go to college in Iowa. Let me get this look.
Aww.
See, look. Future Iowa mascot.
Oh, that's perfect.
What is it, Jamie? I'm delayed on this.
Of course, Zach can't even see. It's a dog, a beautiful dog.
I can't see either.
It's a boxer, right?
Braden, that is adorable.
It is. I'm surprised he didn't call him a pit bull.
However,
he's beautiful.
I will never own a dog. If you saw my parents' dog, it's just, I'm sorry, I love dogs, but my parents' dog is just a lunatic.
Don't even get him started.
Braden, I think we have another call
one's a
in, but
lunatic.
let's give you some final thoughts. And what's your dog's name, man? Let's give you and your dog a chance for your final thoughts here, and we greatly appreciate you calling in.
It doesn't matter. He's deaf, so.
Some final thoughts.
So he can't hear all my yelling?
Nope, he can't.
Aww. Well, it was nice to talk to you, Braden. We hope you have a great season this coming senior year.
Hey, call in again, man, and continue to contribute on the Facebook page.
Keep us
you put up good
updated.
stuff. You give good feedback, and we certainly appreciate your perspective. Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Braden.
All right, see you, Braden.
Let's go to Kevin in between calls, dude. Jamie, I don't know if you're switching people over. Let's go to Kevin. I know he's got some facts that are literally on the tip of his tongue. What?
You want me to hold off the person in the green room?
For 30 seconds,
Okay.
let's give Kevin a chance to touch on some topics.
Alrighty, Kevin.
So, you know what's weird is I was talking to someone in the Facebook chat, and we were talking about Bono, right? Wisconsin coach, how he just signed an extension.
Yes.
And about how it's a shame that he has this beef with Ben Askren because, Askren Academy's got the top guys and they, he doesn't tell them not to go there, but his opinion matters to these kids, and they're not picking them. So I went through and was looking at the 2024 and 25 big board to see, are they getting any in-state kids, and what's their recruiting look like? Because I'm wondering, why did they sign him to an extension? They lost Hamidi, and they didn't have a very good year. They're 18th at NCAA's.
It seemed
and
unexpected.
I looked, and it was crazy because they had, out of the 2024 big board, there was actually 14 kids listed from the state of Wisconsin, and they got one of them. And he was the 157th out of 250 on the big board. So one of them, in Minnesota actually got 5 of them. So he's not keeping the in-state in there. And then in 2025, nobody, not one recruit whatsoever. So in those 2 classes, he only has 2 total recruits, and one of them's from the state of Wisconsin. So I thought that was interesting, and I'm just, it surprises me that the athletic director hasn't said, you know what, go make nice with Askren, do whatever you got to do, but like, these kids are shipping out of the state. Like,
maybe we should take a deep dive into why that relationship between him and Askren is askewed. You get it?
Yeah.
Askren askewed.
No, we don't get it.
We get
okay. No, that's great. Is there
it's
someone
just,
who called in,
I don't
Jamie,
know
or
why,
no?
I
Go
think
ahead,
that
finish
he
it
should
up,
swallow
wrap
his
it up.
Pride. Yeah, I think he should swallow his pride and do whatever it takes to make the relationship work, no matter what. Like, just make it work and get these. This should be a blessing for him to have Askren Academy in Wisconsin, not a,
Detriment.
it's the opposite. Yeah. So it's just kind of mind-blowing. But
well, you raise up some interesting points about just relationships, inter-squad relationships. Aaron Brooks' interview coming out in the next couple of days, folks. Along with that, Skylar Grode interview talks about some of the challenges in women's wrestling that, as a man, I'll be the first to admit, I don't know, stuff that I never thought about. Jaden Cox talking about, and I got to be honest, man, I talked to Jaden Cox. We had a more interesting conversation after the interview than we did on the interview, but I couldn't put that on because he's saving it for his podcast, Breaking Barriers. But yeah, some good stuff out there. But go ahead, Jimmy. We got to call in or what?
We sure do.
Who?
We have Sways here. Let me get him on
Sways.
here. Hey, Sways.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
what's going on?
How you doing, Sways?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good on a big family vacation in South Padre Island, Texas.
Wait, did you just get married, Sways?
No, just celebrated 5 years married on the 25th, and so we're down here in a giant villa. There's 3 different. It's a giant beach house with 3 different villas. My sister-in-law and her husband are celebrating 25 years, and there's like 30 of us family down here total. Went to the beach earlier, been eating some good ocean food, and just it's a real awesome mix because it's like fresh ocean food, fresh Mexican food blended together, just fat man paradise.
Sways out here
Sounds
living.
pretty awesome.
Congratulations, 5 years marriage,
5 years,
Sways.
That's awesome. Sways.
I mean, my goodness, before we even get into wrestling, what is the number one thing that you would attribute to that successful marriage? And me asking personally that I will write down notes.
Sometimes
he needs many notes, Sways. Please give him advice.
Oh, does he? Yeah, I will say sometimes it's making sure you appreciate what makes you different in terms of like your interests. Because my wife is very involved in community theater and actually convinced me to try out for a show. I hadn't been in a show in over 25 years, and not only did I try out, I got cast in the show, and so did she, and it was
You're
a lot
an
of fun.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, we got cast in a show that a lot of people might be familiar with. You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, and my wife was Lucy, and I was Charlie Brown, and no, she did not get to move a football out from under me.
That's
Not letting that happen.
Wow. Can we get a
Wow.
video? Can we get like a episode of that? Like,
Yeah,
maybe,
like a little-
Sways? I mean, now that would be
Hey,
entertaining.
so actually, we got a copy of the entire show. We can't, because of whatever you call it, distribution rights and stuff, can't like show it.
Unbelievable.
But I could send you
Flo
guys.
has the rights, don't they?
No, no. Flo wouldn't want it. It's not Division I.
Okay. No, man. And hey, you're kind of bringing up that chart. Sorry, go ahead. Finish. Go ahead.
No, but we do have a copy. I could send to you guys could have the Beaver watch party of community theater.
We've been wanting a movie to watch. We've been searching, so that's perfect.
Well, we have a lot of home videos too we're going to post, so we can just go, back and forth.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. In August,
sorry, Sways, to get you off track, man. Let's talk about important stuff, dude. Or not important.
In August, we're coming from Nebraska, and we're heading out to my dad and now my brother all live in Pittsburgh, so we'll be out in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
May
Let's
have
do
to
a live show together, man.
Oh man, that'd be a hoot. So
let's do it. I'm in.
But wrestling wise, man, I've been real blessed to kind of fell into this World Wrestling Resource podcast. That's John McGovern, the head coach at the University of Dubuque, which is a Division III school. Before the pandemic, Jason Bryant, who's just done so much for our sport, member of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. He used to host it, and so those are humongous shoes to fill, especially when I don't have like the time or the patience to do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But Barry Davis was on the latest show that I did, and after a long time, there we go, Wisconsin again. Now going to Navy, and you're talking about a guy who could be retired, but he is so excited to wrestle with Colat, and he goes, I'm going to have to remind myself to be watching the wrestlers wrestle and not watching Colat wrestle, which if anybody's watched any video from Kerry Colat, whether it's competing or showing a move that you would think is so basic, it's easy to get addicted to. So it's a fun deal. And Barry
Sways, I have to say this, man. I don't know, and we've mentioned this on the show before, but it's been a long time. Our brother, me and Jamie, our brother, he's in between us in age. Corey, was actually named after Kerry Colat, but I mean, as this family goes traditionally, we mispronounce names. This is a true fact, folks.
That is a true fact.
Jamie confirmed this.
Wow.
He thought his name was Corey Colat. He thought it was Corey Colat, named him Corey. Mm-hmm. Forever his name is Corey, and he got it wrong.
This is the best.
So I literally don't want to hear it when people criticize my dad for getting names wrong. No, I don't want to hear it. He got my brother's name wrong forever.
Wow.
That's classic.
I mean,
it's just the men, because obviously I've pronounced all the names correctly, right, Sways?
If that helps you sleep at night, if it helps you sleep at night, I will say something. You all must have a great dental program or a dental hygienist in the family, because all your teeth are like on par. You don't have you don't have summer teeth where some are here, some are there, some are missing. You're like, what the hell?
I used to.
Hey, it happens.
No, but hey, listen, Sways though. I mean, you mentioned before, the Brian Davis interview, but I don't want to let you go without, or Barry Davis. I don't want to let you go without mentioning the Rulon Gardner interview, because I personally found that very fascinating. I took a lot away from that, and Sways, I have to say, on a personal level, I wasn't the only person who took a lot away from that interview, and I was around some powerful people. Okay, that interview made some impact on people, and I think you made your point in that, dude, we got to figure this Greco out in America. I'm sorry, just kind of going off topic, but any thoughts on that at all?
One thing that really gets to me is I lived in a small town, and there was an opportunity for freestyle or Greco anywhere near growing up. And so I always felt kind of like an outsider to the freestyle Greco world, that it was more of elitist, more big city area. And even just trying to get in and understand, you go from like the folk style where every school, every little town has, to trying to understand rules and regulations, and people almost like devaluing you and almost saying you're stupid that you don't know. But at the same token, at every single damn freestyle or Greco tournament, they always have a rules meeting right before the match. Okay. I think we're getting better, and there is starting to be more inclusion. And I think the big reason is that the women's college scene is freestyle, predominantly. NCWA, the National Collegiate Wrestling Association, actually has a freestyle championship in the fall, and then they do folk style. The California junior colleges for the last 2 years have done folk style. They are very different season. They go from January through, I believe it's April is their championship. They're one semester. Their men are first semester, which is very weird coming from like the Midwest, like, living in Nebraska now, where a lot of guys do two sports. They do the football and wrestling. Well, wrestling starts in August, and their state championship for junior college in California is in December. It makes for a lot of intriguing things. A real weird nuance that a lot of people don't know. I know a lot of people aren't familiar with the NAIA in the Northeast, but the NAIA schools love the California junior college schools for a big reason. A guy finishes up, that second year, and they're done in December. They just win, say, a California junior college state title. An NAIA school could pick them up at semester, and that person wrestled for the national championship that second semester, and it counts as 1 year used.
Really?
So they have a little nuance. They have a little things that go for them. Another thing that NAIA has going for it that the other divisions don't, except for women's wrestling right now, is you can have up to 12 wrestlers. You could double up at weights and take them to your national qualifying tournament. So say, you don't have a 125 come into the season. You don't necessarily have to bring a guy at any certain weight. You could double up at 6 weights, and there's your 12. It makes it very intriguing. It makes it so sometimes you go to a national qualifying tournament, and there's some weights that are bigger. You may have 20 in a bracket, and there might be another bracket that has 6, just because of how people put it around. It gives a lot more opportunity. I think the NAI level also helps with retention, because you have some of those guys who, just think of some of these D1s that are just loaded, that guys are hopping in the portal and moving on because they can't crack the lineup. If there was an opportunity, and I've long said this too, even about like our Olympic sports or our Olympic wrestling, why is it that we could have 3 people like in the 100-meter dash at the Olympics, but we can't have 3 people like 57 kilograms? Hey, if they've earned the right
Valid
and they've
question.
qualified, hey, if they qualify the weight, how about this? You go to some international tournament, you qualify the weight, okay, you could represent the U.S. I jumping back because I kind of got sidetracked and off the Rulon thing.
No, I agree with you on that 100%. It's
Yeah.
You want the best at the best, So if it's in track and field, sometimes you got 3 Americans medaling, So I don't know why they can't do that, So I agree with you.
And here's another thing too, and this is getting on Greco. If you go back and listen to that Rulon interview I did, and it does kind of choke me up on this, is they talk about how much pride. If you go back to the last time we hosted Olympics in the U.S. for the summer, we had 3 silver medalists in Greco.
Yeah.
We only have 3 qualifiers now. And here's the thing too, and this kind of goes back to where I was talking about, like, the 100-meter dash. We got a whole bunch of people. The 3 people that qualified are Greco weights for the Olympics coming up, zero are Olympians for us. They all got beat. And so that kind of, it kind of bothers me there too, that it's like, man, what can we do? I think there's
I think there's a broke system. I talked about
absolutely.
It's a broke system. If you can't qualify in freestyle, you need to have the opportunity to then qualify in Greco, period. To me, Bo Nickel doesn't make the freestyle team. Let him go do Greco,
well,
dude.
yeah,
like,
that's
why?
what they do with U23s. I mean, look at it. Like, before the guy gets a spot, the guys who place in the Olympic trials, I think they should do a wrestle off with that, but at the same time, at least they include that rather than just saying, you know what, he was doing the Olympic trials instead, so we're going to send this guy. And clearly, logically, it makes sense that the people that place the Olympic trials are your best option.
Listen, as an American, dude, okay, we're like supposed to be smart, like maybe the smartest in the world. Let's figure this out, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Why are things so difficult to change in wrestling, dude? Rules change. Okay, I'll say this. I talked to Wade Chalice for a long time earlier this week, and he raised some just interesting questions, okay? Like simple things. Like, why is wrestling the only sport that a point scored is not a point earned? So, like, can anyone tell me another sport that if whether it's individual or a team, any point you scored is not then thus reflected in the final scoreboard? So my example is
just messing with you, dude.
Yeah, well, but tennis actually is just an individual sport, so that might be a little different. But my point is, like, why, like, you're almost, okay, let me say it like this. You're taking away from the opportunity of the greatest wrestlers in our sport to be great because they can only earn a limited number of points by the pin, okay? Whereas if they can earn points, every point scored is every point earned, okay, you know how much more valuable an Aaron Brooks or a Bo Nickel or a Spencer Lee is? Because, dude, they can rack up 10 points and then pin them. And then that's like 25 points, dude. And, is that crazy? Oh, no, it's not, because they earned every single one of those points. And name me another sport where you earn your points and they are not reflected in the final score.
We put a ceiling on it. We put a ceiling on these guys. And
you're putting a ceiling on our greatest athletes, and you're putting a ceiling on them becoming like superstars, in my opinion.
So the guy that's great is going to be scoring the same as the guy who's better than great. Just unbelievable.
Or maybe just a B or B minus. Yeah, like he's just slightly above average. But because we have this limited capacity scoring system, that's not reflected.
You can tell that he talked to Wade Chalice, because that's he does mention that a lot. He's got a lot of good ideas. He's a great mind. I can't wait to see that interview.
I'll say something else he brought up that he sold me on. Just why is wrestling the only sport that you cannot fill a lineup and then yet still like compete? And he parallels it to, okay, in wrestling you can just not send out a wrestler at a weight, because it's not because you don't. People say, well, we don't have anyone. No, yeah, you do. He's just going to get out. He's just going to go out there and get pinned. But you don't. But in reality, you can't do that in basketball. You can't send out 4 basketball players to play in an NBA game. You can't send out 10 NFL players to play in a football game. No, that's not allowed. Why isn't And here's the biggest part of this, from the perspective of a fan. I paid a ticket for 10 matches, dude. I only get 9. And where I think we're missing in wrestling is we're not helping the fan experience. Like, that rule should be in place simply for the fan experience. I'm sorry, Sways or Kevin, someone else take it over.
Yeah, I want to jump in on that. Having been a former college wrestling coach and now doing a lot of play-by-play for some of the smaller schools, there's a real issue of, there are some schools that it's just, I don't know whether there's not a standard put out there by the AD saying, hey, we expect this, but there are some schools that just struggle, and maybe it's because they are such for-profit schools or something like that, or there isn't great athletic director support, that you've got a coach in a situation that it is hard to fill the weights. However, my thing, I love duels. I've always loved duels. One of the best things that I ever coached at was the NWCA national duels when I was a junior college coach, and we're in the same facility as D2, D3, and D1, all under the same roof at the University of Northern Iowa. And it's cool because you walk over from having your match to then bumping into Dan Gable, who he wasn't coaching anymore, but he sure was allowed on the floor and he was screaming. And that's something where, as a fan, you're just like, okay, this is cool. I was able to go watch my alma mater, Central Oklahoma, wrestle on another mat. I was able to go support all these other divisions. And then because we were junior college under the same roof as all them, we had a lot of teams that when they weren't coaching, they were recruiting our guys. And there was this big circle of, you learn to talk with each other and communicate with each other. I love what the National Wrestling Coaches Association does. But I really think we ended up having a problem when it's kind of a mixed bag of nuts here. I think there were some people that were big leaders at big programs in Division I specifically that felt no value in the national dual tournament and just said, we're not going anymore. And then it started a trickle down effect to where people started saying duels don't matter. But what's kind of funny with that too is some of those same places only do duels now and don't send anybody to opens. And so it's like, okay, so duels only matter when they benefit you or they benefit the gate for you, which I get it. If you're a big program and you've got a sold out crowd, I understand. But I tell you what, it's the thing that we may have to look at is getting away from maybe the traditional duel itself at the college level. And maybe we need to do it almost like an MMA style where it's an event. So if you got two heavyweights, here's what we do. We start up early in the week and say, hey, we had a flu bug or something. We don't have a 74 through 97, but we got 2-3 heavyweights. Can you bring 2 or 3 heavyweights? The other thing that you could do too, if for some reason you don't have 10 guys, and who knows, the way some of these programs are, they're just hiring coaches now for a program starting in the fall. Okay, you're not being set up to succeed in this first year. We'll give you some grace. But maybe it's one of these deals where, okay, we'll start at the lowest weight. We'll go through the top weight, whatever you have. And then maybe your 125 gets an extra match and all that. But we need to make sure that all college events, if it's a one-on-one competition, we need the 10 because the fans are paying to see 10 matches. The other thing, the referees do not prorate. So whoever the home fan is, I'm trying not to cuss, if you can't bring a full load, and I get it, there's different reasons why you might not be able to. So I think it is imperative that, okay, you can't bring a full 10, you got 7. Well, there ought to be at least 3 guys pulling double duty, or bring a reserve guy or 2. The other thing that drives me nuts too is there's a lot of D1 programs where guys are on the team and they will never have the opportunity to wrestle in their home arena. They go, especially red shirts. Well, what you see with red shirts is they'll go to opens, all these opens that build their confidence because they're mostly against non-Division I guys and they do really well. And then they might get some D1 competition, and then the struggle bus is realized. But you have some guys that are loyal that stick it out, but never get a chance to wrestle on a home mat or whatever. Why can't we? These schools, we got schools that are like 3 hours away from each other that hop on an airplane that have crazy revenue streams through their athletic departments. why aren't we? If you have a loyal senior on your team that's, he's stuck behind a 2-time defending national champion, get him an exhibition. Remember when we had extra matches during COVID? That's one of the greatest things that we ended up having.
They do exhibitions and a lot of dual meets. We just don't hear about it. But like I know when I go to like a Cornell duel, they'll have exhibitions beforehand. I mean, it sucks because they're not going to show them on TV and stuff. But at the same time, it's like that's just part of the, you got to be good enough to make the team, I guess. But I hear what you're saying. It's just tough to monitor that because if you do that, then how can you actually judge which team is better? Because they'll be like, well, we're putting this guy out to wrestle, but he's not our. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. He's not our starter. He's not at the same level as the guy that you're having to put out in another weight. It's tough, It's you seem like the kind of guy that just likes to, which I can appreciate, likes to watch wrestling, see wrestling, and get the most out of wrestling. You seem like that to me, which is awesome. So I understand what you're saying with this. So,
but I get it too from the other side of we've had it to where we've got so many people that got mad at the Big Ten championships a few years ago when it was in Nebraska, and you got guys now wrestling in the finals and stuff. And like I remember, Gable was in the finals, and then he doesn't have an opponent, which is why we have some of the new rules in place. I do want to hop back on. To the Greco thought real quick, Zach. I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but
no, go ahead.
The talk about if a guy doesn't do well in the freestyle or whatever, I was looking at all the nuances of how you could qualify to be in the trials, and it says equally in freestyle and Greco that if you win the D1s, you could be in it. So by technicality, they could still, I know it's the same weekend, but here's where I have an issue, and hopefully we can get growth or find the right people to talk to.
Yeah.
The NAIA women, if they win, they could go to the trials. NCAA women, NCWWC right now, they can go. So there's 2 different college opportunities right there for the women that get to qualify them for being in the Olympic trials. Why don't we open this up then and go, okay, if the champion in D1 doesn't want to do Greco, declare that, and let's start going down and be like, okay, runner up, do you want that spot in Greco? And let's go top 2 in D1. Champion gets pick of freestyle or Greco, and then you go down the line in the next one. The other thing I think should happen to help grow Greco, because some of those brackets were tiny, and I get it. We have a lot of people that don't know, who's this guy, who's that guy. Maybe we open it up to the D2, the D3, the NAIA, the NJCAA champions, and
it's kind of funny. Not to interrupt you. I'm sorry, but. When we were at the Olympic, and Zach,
unbelievable, Kevin.
I'm sorry, man. When we were at the Olympic trials, what matches were it that received the biggest oohs and ahs? It was the Greco matches when that one, I forget, of course, I don't know his name, so there's a perfect example of the problem, but the one guy there that was doing those, he was doing the stand-up gut wrenches and just throwing constantly, every single match. I forget who he is. He's like a middleweight, but man, it's fun to watch when it's done right. And I think that part of the problem is having them, like, I felt like we were force-fed Greco at the Olympic trials. And if you don't have them separated,
force-fed it, Kevin, because it is an Olympic event. Force-fed? That's a wrong word, bro. Force-fed?
No. What I'm trying to say is
that is a requirement.
It should be separate. It should be separate, right? Because then you could get these guys to wrestle both of them if they wanted to, if they had them on separate weekends, right?
Okay.
And there was a lot of people when you look at Olympic trials. There was probably, there's a lot of people. Other countries, Greco's their number one, where they don't really care for freestyle. It's just different here. And
I know, dude, in all seriousness, if I knew about Greco in high school, I mean, my upper body strength compared to my actual body weight, dude, I probably would have just won an Olympic gold medal.
And you know what Kevin was talking about too, you know.
See me, Marty! See me on the streets, Marty! I can't wait to see you and body you up, Marty! Oh my goodness, I'm coming to Illinois!
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Sways, wrap it up, dude, because we got a time limit. Kevin yelled at me, said, we got a time limit. Okay?
All right.
Sways.
What are you talking
quick.
about?
Go back to the go
ahead,
back if you got the opportunity to watch the Greco trials. Absolute banger of a match between Ellis Coleman and Xavier Johnson, both with the Army WCAP program. Phenomenal guys. The other thing, if you have not seen that interview I did with Rulon Gardner, you know, it's out there on
folks.
YouTube. Find me at Sways Happens or Zach if you want to show that again. And if you did not listen to that, there is an open challenge. And it's the stupidest open challenge ever. I've never done Greco, but financially, they're calling for, they need money. They need help to really fund the Greco movement. And my idiot self has agreed that if we could raise $25,000 before July 4th, I will wrestle Rulon Gardner. And in fact, right now it has been set up that at the end of June, I will be showing up at one of the Train to Win wrestling camps that is hosted by Dubuque Wrestling Club, and it would be part of the last day of the wrestling camp. So, wow! I know they're going to be getting
out there, literally willing to sacrifice maybe his life.
Can I say one thing real quick,
folks? Do you understand that? Go ahead, Kevin.
Another thing is, there's a lot of people are not like just pure wrestling people where they're going to sit there and watch guys that they don't know, you know? So there's two different things with this. One, if we had a lot of the guys that are on the Greco team, they weren't, you know, national champions in college, and they probably for the most part couldn't, you know, be successful in the freestyle, or they would. So if we're not getting our best guys in the Greco, it doesn't make it as exciting to watch. But if we had our top guys at least be able to participate, and who knows, maybe our top guys and freestyle guys go in there and they don't beat these guys that we have. But then we know who these guys are, and that all has to do with marketing. And now when I watch Zach's interviews with the woman, I can't wait to watch these women go wrestle now, more so than I did beforehand.
Incredible, folks.
Greco, with the one guy, you know, we heard with like Rao, you hear his story and you're like, I'm totally into watching him. All I need personally is something to grab onto where I know something personally about them, or some kind of marketing. And we have failed the Greco and a lot. We're getting better with the women's, but you know, we've kind of failed them too in marketing them and giving them equal
Sways,
opportunities.
let's team up. You take Greco, I'll jump on the women's, and let's build, because women's is growing Greco. We got to figure out Greco, dude. Final thoughts.
And you talk about name recognition. This is definitely my final thought. If the Buffalo Bills don't work out, how about we get Gable to try to do Greco and claim a freestyle and a Greco gold?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
When that'd be something. There's a storyline for you.
When
along with that,
don't work out, we can do that.
I better go.
Here's what I'm gonna do, Sways. I mean, you committed yourself to sacrifice essentially maybe your life to Rulon Gardner over this for $25,000. I just want Marty to know I ain't even charging you, Marty. Dog, I'm showing up for free. I'm showing up for free, Marty, to body you. Oh, Mr. Illinois. Come on. Shots fired, folks. All right. I don't know, dude.
Hey, you guys have a good night. I better let you go.
Keep the interviews coming, man. You are great, dude. Thank you for calling in. And
I appreciate
dude,
you.
Sways always brings incredible information, dude.
All right.
From angles we don't see. But
right. Alrighty.
That's it. We're at an hour and a half. Do we have any final thoughts, any final call-ins? Jamie, do you want to wrap up any comments? Because Kevin has us on strict duty of an hour and a half.
No, don't even give me that.
I mean, not that I'm gonna. If I just start reading comments, it's gonna be, bringing back
so you haven't read
conversations
any.
from 10
Thank you,
minutes ago, so.
Jamie, for being our producer who doesn't read comments, and you have 2 jobs: to click the button for callers to be
Which
in,
I've mastered.
and read the comments.
Which I'm getting there.
Okay.
50%.
She's getting better, folks.
Getting better.
She is getting better, Kevin. Okay, we didn't even get close to the Virginia Tech team spotlight, dude.
That's all right. We're going to do it. Well, we got to get done. Can I just say, we've been doing these, a fact a day. It's actually facts. It's not a fact because I don't know how to do anything in moderation. And that's something I'm working on, but not really. But
we're working on that,
check
folks.
it out.
Behind the scenes, every day we talk at 5:30 therapy session.
Yeah, I need a lot more.
A powwow.
But check it out on the Facebook page, and just if for those of you that have it and you're wondering, a fact today because it sounds pretty boring. It's not. It's a lot of interesting things. Just some quick examples is, I went over all the guys that lost first round in NCAAs and wrestled and all the way back to get 3rd place. Things like things along those lines. And also I did one on all your 4-time national college champions that were 4-time state champions. Guys that won, anyone that won 2 gold medals in the Olympics, just certain things like that. And people seem to be enjoying them. And we're going to keep that
Kevin,
rolling every day.
Your stats are incredible, dude. I mean, you pull these out of your brain, dude, and your brain is real deep, dude. And now that I've gotten to know you, real deep. So these stats are so well thought out, dude. It's incredible.
Thanks,
But
Nick.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I got to, before I forget, dude. What? Our winner, I almost forgot.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Simulation. Okay, Bo Hines. I'm sure you left the chat by now, dude, because this is ridiculous how long this took for me to figure this out, dude. We're going to figure this out. This is the first time raffle one. Bo Hines, I don't know who you are, but my email is in the description. I'll reach out to you. Are getting a free shirt. In fact, it's not this shirt, dude. It's any shirt from the website. There's so many shirts on the website, dude. Whatever team you're a fan of, I'm dead serious. We got slogans. Awesome. I mean, this one's for Penn State, which is why I'm not wearing it. But yeah, we got team slogans, dude. Hey, we're sending you a free shirt, dude, because you typed in the chat simulation, which was the key word for the night. And wow, was that on camera? Me hitting Jamie in the face with that? Let's go, baby. Kevin, let's throw it to you, dude. Unless you have a whole nother topic. I mean, I'm kind of ready to wrap this up, dude.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Folks, we've had some incredible call-ins tonight. I feel like tonight went very well. Jamie, you are improving.
Okay. See, I had a little mind blank earlier, but I figured it out. So,
Jamie, you're doing great.
Thanks, Kevin.
Jamie, how are you going to get better next week? Because I asked you what you did last week and you had nothing.
I just like being talked to like I'm in 3rd grade, good job. I like it.
Jamie, you're appreciated.
Yeah.
You know what? Jamie, you are actually doing your job over there, dude. You're balancing me out. You said a couple things tonight that I thought I was quickly reminded. That's my sister.
Research.
That's my sister over there, dude.
Yes.
Okay. That ain't Kevin. I can just throw punches and not expect a return punch. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's my son. No, and I'm not that. Yeah, but hey, folks. Hey, Gable's going to the NFL. Our dad's wearing an Iowa shirt for a show, and I'm gonna make sure it's a skinny version and skinny jeans. And, folks, we did not even touch on half the things that Kevin had to talk about. So you're going to have to follow us on Facebook. You can also find us on Spotify now. As of today, if you're driving, don't watch the YouTube. Just get us on the Spotify, dude. You can listen to the audio. I mean, the only thing you're going to miss out on is Kevin's good looks. Because you don't want to see this big nose. Well, Jamie's good looks too, but certainly not mine. But, folks, until next week, go watch U20 and U23s tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right, Kevin? Confirm. Final thoughts, Kevin.
Incredible. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Jamie, final thoughts.
All right, that's it. Well, I'll put in my song at the end here. Where's the button
Hit the
for
song.
that?
Hit the song, Jim. Hit the theme song, dude. I might dance.
Are you being serious?
Seriously,
You
I
really
might
want me
dance,
to?
dude.
Okay, just kidding.
If I
I'm
hear
gonna
it,
finish.
if I actually hear it, I mean, well, I'm delayed, folks.
Next
So
time,
that's the
folks.
problem.
Next time,
Next time.
folks.
We're
Have
still.
a good night.
You didn't figure it out.
Good night.
I mean-
Thanks, everybody.